I don't believe that when people say black people are meant to be secondary and behind and last. I don't like victim talk. I don't do that. I don't like the whole give up and like I got the victim mentality. I really believe like if you really show up and you are really 100% on your game in terms of not being perfect, but a relentless commitment to improvement every single day of your life. You cannot be stopped. So literally that consistency, that kind of relentlessness, that sort of persistence, like never giving up. I'm never going to stop. That is actually in the research, they find that that is the number one ingredient of good entrepreneurs, actually. It's like relentlessness. Are you really truly about it when it comes to what you're trying to do? Like, are you in? Or if you're in, then you're gonna win. If you are in it, when you say, "Hey, I want to be free and black," I'm gonna have a legacy no matter what. I'm gonna have a strong family no matter what. I'm gonna get better no matter what. I'm gonna make my marriage work no matter what. Then what you'll do is you will do everything. You'll flip over every rock. You'll read every book. You'll talk to every person. You'll make adjustments. You'll do whatever is required for you to become the person you need to be in order to get what you got to get done. And where people end up not making it, in my opinion, is they don't have that relentlessness because they think it's all about what you learned in school and who your friends are and whether you're white or black and just all these things that I don't think really make a difference at the end of the day. It's that relentlessness. So learn how to be relentlessness, and hopefully you'll be blessed with an opportunity to truly hit rock bottom. And that's when the superhero in you will emerge. He was born in the fall of 1998, in the worst time of my life, 27 years old. My whole life had fallen apart. Everything that mattered to me had fallen apart. I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to go into it again because I don't want to read, I don't want to think about that this morning. But literally, when everything fell apart, and I'm like, damn, I have nothing right now. Right? It's like, okay, what you gonna do now? And so when you go through that, it does sort of create something where you're like, okay, well, all right, well, I ain't got nothing to lose now. And when you have nothing to lose, that's when you build into something different and better. If you watch a Marvel comic and read the comics, every superhero has a horrible origin story. Every superhero became great because something happened. They got caught in the particle accelerator and got disintegrated into a billion pieces, or his whole family got murdered in front of him, or just just something terrible that happened. And then the hero came out of that, right? So find your inner superhero. Like, don't sit around mad that you're going through tough things. Nothing really. If you really have the right consciousness, in my opinion, there's not much that really happens to you that isn't also happening for you. It's just a matter of knowing how to reframe and contextualize it and figure out like, okay, where's the reward here? I don't went through the hell. Where's the heaven? Where's the gold buried underneath all the crap? Do you understand? If you do that, then I guarantee you'll have better outcomes. So you can create wealth just by how you do something, just by how much passion you put into it, how committed you are to actually solving the problem. That is a form of wealth. The black family is a massive multi-billion, multi-trillion dollar entity that was destroyed and taken away from you. When they destroyed families, they took away a lot of black wealth. And so I want you to really start seeing those other forms of wealth and stop thinking that it's all about somebody in the government writing some type of check. It makes no sense for a parent to spend more energy figuring out how your child's going to get to football practice than you spend figuring out how they're going to be ready to play the game of competitive economics. That doesn't make no sense. So your child is 25 years old. He can throw a football really well, but he don't know how to pay his bills. And you lost. Mistake. So here's the deal. Here's what I told her. Simple plan. I said, go to college, major whatever you want. But I need you to sit down with me so I can show you how to solve the $5,000 problem. She said, well, what's the $5,000 problem? I said, well, the $5,000 problem is that most people sell their freedom because they can't even just get $5,000 in their bank account without going to work every day. I said, for most people, if they could find a way to make $5,000 without working, without selling their soul, without having to go to the corporate plantation every day, they would probably do something different. But most people can't even solve that. Why can't you solve the $5,000 problem? Well, it's not because it's a hard problem. Mathematically, it's very easy to solve it if you add the ingredient of time and preparation. If you prepare, everything's easy. If some the five this is where the 5-year pledge comes into play. 5-year pledge. My car note's $500. I love my child more than I love my car, so when I pay my $500 car note, I'm gonna put $500 into an S&P 500 index fund for my child, so they're not economically desperate.